50 million people were reaching ChatGPT through simple text messages. This January, that got unplugged. And here's the strange part. The interface that actually survives a loud, chaotic weeknight kitchen isn't voice, and it isn't some slick app. It's a plain text message. Stick around because I'll show you why the smartest AI companies keep walking away from the smartest cooking interface, and the one app that didn't. Think about how AI actually wants you to cook. Ask a smart speaker anything while the fan's roaring, a kid's belting out a song, and a pot's about to boil over. Good luck with that. The tap-to-cook screens? They want spotless hands, and your phone balanced at exactly the right angle. The moment the real cooking kicks off, both of them wobble. A text is built completely differently. You fire it off whenever. It sits in the same thread you're already glued to. It runs on basically any handset, even a decade-old flip phone. Nothing to download, nobody to log in as. Your messages hold the memory, so your brain doesn't have to. Picture a normal weeknight. It's 5:30, someone's home, and the question lands the way it always does. What can we even make right now? Fast, before the meltdown. So they text it. Within a couple of seconds, a reply pings back. Working on it. Then, maybe 15 seconds later, the actual plan. One dish. And it already knew the chicken was defrosted, remembered the picky kid rules set months ago, waited against the half hour on the clock, and dropped a single link to tap. That's 5 separate chores every other app hands you, folded into one message you barely had to think about. So why don't the big AI labs just own this? Here's the number. Twilio's 2026 toll-free texting costs about 0.8 cents per message, each way. A 2-text exchange? Under 2 cents. A user who texts 10 times a week runs about 7 cents a week. Trivial, until you picture 10 million of them. Now it's $700,000 a week in carrier fees before a single chip spins up. And texting strips away everything a frontier model loves to show off. No images, no code, no browsing. So OpenAI tried a toll-free hotline, then a WhatsApp bot that got shut off this January and walked away twice. Now, I'd be lying if I called texting your dinner magic. It's genuinely bad at 3 things. And none of them are any vendor's fault. They're the channels. Photos. A text mangles a beautiful food shot across iPhone and Android. Long recipes. A 16-step braise as a wall of texts is unreadable. And real-time tweaking, less spice, more garlic, is painful when the channel is one message at a time. So here's the honest rule. A text gets you to the recipe. Cook mode runs it. And here's where 2026 gets interesting. For US households, plain texting is still the only universal surface. WhatsApp is barely 1/5 of US adults, and iMessage is a walled garden with no door for a cooking app. But its successor is arriving right now. In March, the industry finalized a new messaging standard built for rich business cards. In May, encrypted messaging started flowing between iPhone and Android. In July, Samsung shut down its own messaging app and pushed everyone onto Google. Translation: the photo-friendly upgrade to SMS is landing as we speak. That window where a plain text is a real edge, maybe 12 to 24 months, and 2026 is eating the front of it. If you make recipes, here's the part that should grab you. Texting is the one channel where credit survives. When a chat app AI hands someone a recipe, they usually never see the source. When a text ends in open recipe, then a link, that click is trackable, and the page can credit whoever created it. In an agentic world where AI serves up food ideas with no byline, the channel that keeps the source chain is the one that pays creators. And a startup called Poke launched this year betting its whole product on one idea. An AI agent is just a text you send. The bet on text isn't fringe anymore. So here's a test you can run tonight. Text your cooking app. What can I make in 25 minutes? If it fires back a generic recipe with no clue what's in your fridge, you're talking to a stateless wrapper. If it cites your pantry, your dietary profile, and hands you a saved recipe, that's a real system. In mid-2026, the only consumer app shipping that over SMS in the US is Recipy. And yes, Recipy uses AI too. The difference is honesty. It's grounded in real, tested recipes. And when a recipe is AI generated, it says so, right on it. Because here's the real difference. Other apps just run on your phone. Recipy runs your kitchen. Full breakdowns on the blog. Next time, I'm digging into what happens when the power goes out. 5 AI cooking apps, tested in the dark.
Subscribe, Long-form explainers, weekday afternoons.